Deadpool and Wolverine did not simply smash records at the box office. It has also done something symbolically, incredibly, marvelously important in taking down the woke joke that made Hollywood so broke. Today, folks, we're going to show you for the very first time how it is and why it is that you're not hearing perhaps just yet that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman defeated Rian Johnson. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel, the place where we explain entertainment, keep you ahead of the culture curve, and give you a daily dose of exclusives, the types of which you just would not find anywhere else. And we are happy to bring this exclusive to you this afternoon. As we dive in, click the like button. We are going to enjoy, celebrate even, the defeat of The Last Jedi. Let's get straight to it. And my, oh my, some of you out there might be saying, what does The Last Jedi and Deadpool and Wolverine have? What's the connection here? We don't understand. Well, I'm going to show you in just a moment. Rebecca Rubin, the author of our intro article, and then you'll know where we go in just a moment. Deadpool and Wolverine scores mightier than expected $211 million box office, sixth biggest debut at the domestic. Now, that is $211 million, of course. That's way above what they were anticipating. They thought it was going to land somewhere between 195, 205, and probably erring on the side of below 200. It did not. 211 is the number, and that is huge. Deadpool and Wolverine soared higher than expected in its first weekend of release. The comic book tentpole starring Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman collected $211 million in its domestic box office debut, ranking as the sixth biggest opening of all time. We're going to get to The Last Jedi, I promise, folks. And for those of you who have hated that movie for so long, this is going to be the cherry on top that you have been waiting on. And oh, by the way, isn't it glorious that Deadpool and Wolverine is distinctly anti-woke? Ticket sales were above Sunday's record-breaking estimate of $205 million, which was the top end. That already stood as the biggest opening weekend of the year and the largest ever for an R-rated film. With Monday's final tally, Deadpool and Wolverine has grossed $444.3 million globally after 3 days of release. $444.3 million. Now, here's where we get into the deliciousness of it all. Only Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man No Way Home, Avengers Infinity War, Star Wars The Force Awakens, and Star Wars The Last Jedi have enjoyed bigger starts at the domestic box office. All of them went on to make more than $1 billion. Okay, well, isn't that interesting? It sounds like The Last Jedi still will remain in its place at number 10 of all-time biggest box office openings ever. Oh, but contraire. Oh, contraire. Take a look at this. Let's go to the list of top 10 movies from Wikipedia. Bastion of truth that it is. Yeah. No. If you're looking at the top 10 list, we've got Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War, Spider-Man No Way Home, The Fate of the Furious, Star Wars The Force Awakens, Jurassic World, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Captain America, Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness, and in that number 10 spot, Star Wars The Last Jedi, number 11, Deadpool and Wolverine. So, once again, it looks like The Last Jedi will remain in the top 10 biggest box office openings of all time. Of course, over on Variety, we're reporting the domestic. Here on Wikipedia, we're reporting the biggest global box office openings of all time. So, unfortunately, it appears that Rian Johnson wins again, and The Last Jedi will remain in the top 10. What if I told you that's not true? Folks, this is a joyous exclusive on this channel. I'm so happy to bring this to you. Going over to the numbers.com, the website that takes a look at the box office statistics and breaks it down for us in glorious real time. Worldwide box office is indeed still $444.3 million. That's what it says, right? And that puts it, unfortunately, about 7 million short of The Last Jedi. Darn it. So close. Until we go down to the box office summary per territory. And what, oh what, do we find, folks? Well, it turns out that not all territories have yet reported their numbers. Isn't this just glorious? Although it opened about 5 days ago in Bulgaria has yet to report. Although it opened 4 days ago in Costa Rica has not yet reported. Czech Republic, same thing. Check the Czech bank accounts. Find out how much it made. Slovakia, same thing. South Africa, same thing. Sweden, Switzerland, Taiwan, Thailand, and Turkey. Although I don't suspect that Turkey is going to turn up very much for the movie. But these others, especially places like Taiwan, Sweden, I mean, these are not small. South Africa might throw in a couple. Here's what I'm saying, folks. As of right now, in the territories that Deadpool and Wolverine has released, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 territories. Now, everybody look at the other territories that have reported so far, okay? Even places like Denmark are chipping in close to 2 million. New Zealand chipped in 1.5 million. Norway chipped in 1.5 million. If each one of these territories gives at least $800 million, then this movie did in fact beat Deadpool and Wolverine. It's just not being reported yet. Excuse me. This movie did beat The Last Jedi. Deadpool and Wolverine did beat The Last Jedi. It's just not being reported yet because these countries have not reported it yet. And what does that mean? It means that woke may finally be a joke and on the way out. Perhaps it started with Ghostbusters 2016. Perhaps it started with The Last Jedi. But whichever way you want to measure this, finally the era of woke has been defeated, out of the top 10, and winning yet again, Deadpool and Wolverine, a traditional superhero film. How much is it winning? Well, Paul Tassi, who is no fan of our coverage, I'm sure, definitely going after anyone who thought The Acolyte was woke. Even Paul Tassi over here on Forbes is saying, is the MCU keeping Hugh Jackman's Wolverine after his Deadpool outing? And I'll just skip to the gist of it, folks, here on Forbes. Paul Tassi basically says, yes, that's probably what's going to happen. And oh, by the way, Paul, that's what we've been reporting right here on this channel for literally more than a year, is that Hugh Jackman was signed to a multi-movie deal, not just Deadpool and Wolverine. Take it with a grain of salt. We can't prove it. But my, oh my, how we have managed to get these right time after time. Now, where do we think this is going? I indeed do think that both Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman will be back and that Marvel can barely pass them up. There's no way they can say nay to them. More contracts probably being rewritten at this very moment to get them in those Avengers films, even if the Merc with a mouth is censored, maybe with funny censor sounds every time he tries to curse in the movie, which would be laughable. Yes, we would love that. But that's where we're going. We're going back away from this Victoria Alonso mantle strategy where you substitute out all of your main characters with ethnic and gender swaps. We're going away from the Kathleen Kennedy strategy, which is to take beloved heroes, replace them with your new DEI characters, and turn the old ones into laughing stocks. That strategy is gone. It is dead. It is over. Deadpool and Wolverine finally knocking The Last Jedi out of the top 10 spot and sending it down where it belongs, into utter obscurity. Sorry, Rian Johnson. Maybe you'll get a trilogy, though. Who knows? It's coming any moment now. Any moment, the trilogy. Folks, we wanted to tell you this news first. I think we're ahead of everybody else on this. I think we're just about ready. I mean, you know, as the tallies come in, surely this beat The Last Jedi. It just surely will. That's what we'll find. The sad part about this is I'm afraid that by the time we get to that news, that the news won't report it anymore. And you can conclude, I suppose, why you think that might be. That's interesting to me. Folks, we hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And if you enjoyed your time here, well, consider clicking that subscribe button. You'll get all kinds of additional information every single day, 3 videos a day, bringing it to you every single time. 365, because the news never stops, and neither do we. We will see you on the Pro Show. It is Tuesday, July 30th at noon. If you'd like to join us, where we have exclusives about Robert Downey Jr., Marvel, and who will be the real Doctor Doom. That's right, we're ready to break more exclusives. We'll see you there. Folks, in the meantime, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Listen up, my brothers and sisters. You've been listening to Phils and those with an agenda to destroy your brain cells for far too long. It's time to change your way of doing things.
Hold up.
TPP is the place to be. Covering the news, so honestly, it's a team that's cool and tried and true. Ahead of the culture curve, they're trying to keep you. Jonas and Pro, they run the show, and they dragged in the bearded culture casino. You got Valiant and Lord and Fourth of Line. Wonderful people, yeah, they're alright. They got weird bringing in people like Floral, but made no mistake with Lorena Creole. Amelia and John, stuttering guitarist. Martin and Tawny and someone called CMS. Fat Steven makes a bunch of other graphics. Did I mention a partnership with Bending in the comics? Fat Sky is a guy and Doc Matt does the web stuff. There's probably some people I missed. I hope they're not telling you the news. That should be fun. With accurate info that's not been spun. You can figure it out as you will see. The TPP is the place to be.
Yeah, Wilton. That was actually pretty good, or white. But I think you might have forgotten Vash.
Well, he lost all his friends. But it was implied.